All right, everybody, welcome to System Crafters. Let me see why I don't actually have my screen being captured. There it is. Okay, cool. Welcome to System Crafters. We're doing a little bit of a different stream today. We're actually going to be kicking off my work on the Spring Lisp Game Jam 2024, which just started yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to start on it until today. So we're going to just get the project started in a few minutes here and just see how much we can get done in the first day of effort. Let me just double check that everything is working in the stream. Let's see. Yes, we got a little bit of new music here. We'll try some things out today. Hello to Ashraz and to Valentino. Let me jump to the stream chat as well. Oh, I don't have this chat on the screen right now. All right, let me pull that up real quick. Ashraz is asking Dave if he's here for troubleshooting. You know, it's Dave's weekend. Let's let Dave get some rest. He probably has some work to do in his garden. Let's see. What am I running right now? I'm running live start chat. Okay, there we go. That should get started up in a second. Hello to Glenn, Cal 2001. Good, all good. Okay. All right, let me get the other things pulled up here and refresh the chat widget. All right, that should be ready to go in a moment. Okay. Hey, kites. All right, so Spring Lisp Jam 2024. This is a seasonal game jam. It is usually in the spring and in the fall, from what I've seen. I don't know if it happens more often than that, but it is a good time. Hello to MG Delacroix and to Paul. Nice to see you. So basically, this is a game jam where you can write a game. It doesn't have to be from scratch, just a game project that is written with a Lisp language. It doesn't have to be common Lisp. It doesn't have to be Scheme necessarily. It could be even something like ClojureScript, Fennel, which is a Clojure-like language that compiles to Lua. It could be any kind of Lisp-derived language. The goal is just to have fun working on a game within the span of about 10 days, I guess, and see what you can come up with in that amount of time. If you haven't seen me do game jam streaming before, I've done it a lot on my Flux Harmonic channel. Oh, that's the wrong address. It's someone else's channel. I wish I could get that account, but someone else owns it. So it's Flux Harmonic Live. So there we go. So my Flux Harmonic channel is where I would normally stream something like this. But since we're going to be talking about game development with Scheme using Guile Hoot, I figured that it is relevant to the topics that we normally talk about these days. So that's why we're going to be doing this on the System Crafters channel. Okay, so Valentina says the music's too loud. Thank you for letting me know. I'll turn that down a little bit. All right, how's that? Is that better? All right. So let me see. I see a lot of notifications. All right, I turned it down a little bit. Let me know if it's better now. Much better? Thanks. All right. Yeah, I don't want to drive people crazy with the music. I just wanted something a little bit different today because we don't want to be streaming for 3 hours listening to the same 4 songs over and over again. So we're just going to use some different music. And I'll tell you what the music is if you're interested. This is Amadeus Paulison, who's someone I met on the Fediverse and has a really cool album called 2. Yeah, it's this one right here. So this is the album that we're listening to right now. It's about 2 hours long, and it's all electronic music, and it's good stuff. So go check that out. Give Amadeus a follow on Fediverse also. Hey, Christian. Where is the playable demo with multiplayer support? If you see right now on the screen, I have a blank Emacs window. That's because we have not started yet. So you think that I would have it done in 5 minutes? You have a lot of faith in me. I really appreciate it. I know that you used to watch on the Flux Harmonic streams way back, so maybe you believe that I'm super genius with game development, but I'm not. I can do some stuff though. You thought it was the game's REPL? Not yet. Maybe it will look like that eventually. Who knows? Hello to Mjolnir and a Christian, obviously. On-screen chat test, is it working? I haven't actually checked yet. Yes, it's working. Cal says there are like 10,000 old public domain vinyl records on archive.org. We should do some live DJ mixing on those, maybe. That'd be pretty funny. I'm not a DJ though, so. Yes, we are in the System Crafters live channel. Is Emacs configuration itself a game? If so, is it cooperative or competitive? I guess it depends on how you want to take it, right? All right, so what I'm going to do for my Game Jam entry is I'm going to start with the template that Dave Thompson put together for the jam. That is at gitlab.com/sprightly Guile Hoot Game Jam template. Thanks to Dave for putting this together because it's a very good starting point if you want to try to write a game in the browser using Scheme. Guile Hoot, if you don't know, is a tool chain that compiles Scheme code to WebAssembly, and modern versions of browsers like Firefox, or I guess up-to-date versions of browsers like Firefox and Chrome can run games that are written with Guile Hoot, or can run programs written with Guile Hoot, let's say, because they have all the features necessary to run the WebAssembly code that Guile Hoot produces, which is great. So we are going to start with this. Let me just copy this repo. I'll just clone it down, and then I can, tweak it a little bit. I'll also create a new repo for the jam itself. Akite says, how do you feel about Hoot? I love it. Do you think it should be included in Guile itself? Maybe eventually. At least right now, it's still so early that probably better that it's a separate project just so that it can move fast and get new things online. But I would imagine eventually that the compilers would probably remerge. I don't know if that's their plan. That's just sort of what I would assume, because it would be pretty useful if Guile could just inherently compile to WebAssembly as well as its bytecode and JIT formats. All right, so I'm gonna pull up an E shell here. Maybe I should use an eat. I don't know, maybe that's a mistake. I'm changing my mind already. Projects, code, git clone. We're starting this from really the beginning here. All right, so I'll rename this folder to something else. So move Guile Hoot Game Jam template, which means that Dave's gonna have commits in my project. So that's fine. I'll give him some credit. Let's see what I want to call this. So I had a few ideas in mind. I'll tell you what my game idea is going to be in just a second, but I need to come up with a good name for this. Okay, I'll tell you what the idea is. Basically, since Hoot has kind of progressed a bit since the last time I've used it, I wanted to try something a little bit more ambitious this time. What I would like to do is make a simple dungeon crawler style game, but kind of flip things on its head a bit. You're not the main character in the dungeon crawler. You're actually the enemies, you could say, or maybe they're not even the enemies. Maybe they're the people that the quote unquote hero is tormenting. So the little creatures, goblins, whatever you want to call them. I'm not using sprightly goblins for this. It just so happens that goblin was a good idea for something that's in a dungeon, but the little characters that are around, you will control them by writing simple Scheme-like code in the browser next to where the game is going to control their behavior. And you're trying to basically stop the hero from succeeding at his mission, which is basically to pilfer all of the valuable things in the dungeon. Not going to be super elaborate. We're kind of doing this as a way to prototype some tools that might be used for interactive development of Scheme in the browser. And what better way to do it than to try to make the game itself hackable, not in a full Scheme language sense, but at least in sort of a subset in a very constrained way. So it should be interesting to see how this goes. We'll be using a, let's see, Ezzy Berman says, so the hero is the garbage collector. That's kind of an interesting way to look at it. We'll be using another sprightly thing for this, gitlab.com/sprightly. Where is it? There was another blog post by Dave a few months back. Yeah, meta REPL. So I think this is what was written for that blog post. Yeah, so this is basically a REPL that works in the browser from Hoot, but it's basically a very simple, I keep saying basically, sorry about that. It's a meta circular interpreter, which is effectively a simple Scheme interpreter written in Scheme. And it's very simplistic, but that's good enough. I mean, all we really want to do is write some scheme-like code in an editor in the browser, and then have it be executed in the game. So this is as far as we're going to go for that, but it should be good enough, I think. Ashra says, because the hero marks and sweeps. Ashra says the Dungeon Keeper approach. Yeah, it is kind of more like a Dungeon Keeper clone, but I never played Dungeon Keeper, so I'll be doing this without any real understanding of what the format of that type of game is. So what kind of name can we use for this? Trying to think of a good, like, I was thinking something like Goblin Hack, but apparently there's already a name called Goblin Hack, so let's not do that. What else could it be? Something scheme related, or parenthesis related, or lambda related. Let's see. I mean, Lambda Dungeon could be interesting. Lambda Dungeon. Lambda Rogue. Lambda Moo. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a Lambda Dungeon, so let's go with that. I can't see what RetroPixel said. Hello, RetroPixel. Hoblin Gag, and then there's another one called... I can't even read that. There's a little emoji icon in the way, and I can't read the chat for some reason. All right, I think Lambda Dungeon is probably good enough for now. Could be Scheme Dungeon too, I guess. Goblin Church from Alonzo Church. That's pretty funny. Lambda Dungeon. We'll go with that for now, and then maybe we'll change it later if I think of something better. All right, so in this project, the Schemer's Cave, maybe so. In this project, we're going to use Geeks. I'm going to use metax compile, and I'll run geeks shell-m manifest.scm, and then run make. So that should be enough to build the initial project. It's going to have to install the latest versions of Guile Next, which is the in-development version of Guile, and also Guile Hoot. But that should be pretty fast. RetroPixel says, make a horror game. Call it Schematary. Maybe we should do that the next game jam. I haven't made a horror game before. That might be pretty interesting, actually. All right. Hey, Dave. We're just building the template now. All right, so we got the template written or compiled. So make serve is the thing to run here. Localhost 8088. All right, and there we go. We got the game running. I wonder if that... Oof. I guess you can hear that. I wonder if the CPU usage of OBS is causing this to be really slow. If it's slow, that's okay, because the game's not going to be very fast, smooth streaming. No, I'm not having trouble with anything. Ashraz is just joking around. As we usually do. Okay, so that is the template. It has a basic built-in breakout game included, which is great. We have our assets folder in our modules. I haven't actually taken a look at the code for this yet, so let's just take a quick look at the code. So we have game.scm, bunch of imports in here. So we got Dave's copyrighted code. We got some DOM libraries that are being pulled in. Hoot hash tables, that sounds pretty useful. Math library, which will definitely be useful. And now you can define record types in Guile Hoot, which is something that was not there the last time I did a game jam. I used Guile Hoot 0.1 in the autumn game jam, and records were not there. It would have been nice to have those back then, but we didn't have them then, but it's great to have them now. Hello to Scam Champ. All right. So I don't know if I'll use records yet. We'll see. I might use a record for the game state, but I'm thinking that if we're going to be doing sort of live scripting of game objects, then it needs to be easy to get at the stuff that's in the game objects. So there's sort of a balance between exposing all of the record setters and getters, the procedures for that purpose through the environment that's in the sort of minified scheme interpreter, the minimal scheme interpreter, or just use basic A-list access. I'll probably have to have some kind of API for it anyway, so I don't know what's best. We could start with records and then change it later maybe. I would like to try using records, so maybe it's fine. So Let's just change some stuff here. We can say hero. In fact, let's not do this a really dumb way. I'll also turn on keycast. All right, so we're gonna change brick. Yeah, brick to hero. Kind of need to clear all this stuff out. All right, points, hero type. That's interesting that there was a brick type. Oh, maybe that was like a classification. Let's just get rid of this. All right, so we don't really need the hitbox. We don't need any of these things. I can just start writing it myself. I guess I'm sort of just, you know, taking the existing code and trying to manipulate it, but we should probably think a little bit more about the right way to do this. Make image is one way to get assets. In fact, let me think, where is the assets that I want to start with here? There is, all right, so it's kenny.nl slash assets slash 1-bit pack. So if you don't know about kenny.nl, it's a really cool website that gives a lot of Creative Commons 0 or other Creative Commons license art that you can use for your games. And this seems pretty cool for a little dungeon crawler style game. I think that we could put something interesting together for that. So we'll use this to start with. I am not a, I'll donate another time. I am not an artist, so this is not something that I'll be able to do very well. So I'll just use someone else's art this time, which I think is okay per the rules. Oh, I just clicked a link. Art. You may use existing assets as long as they're free for others to use as well. Okay, so I can use these. So images, let's just, oh, that's cool. So Kenny made all these too. So let's just copy the link like Dave did here. All right, and then I'll delete all of these, so I don't need these anymore. And then if I go to the downloads folder and go into, well, actually, let's do this. No, I need to go there. So downloads, and what was it? 1-bit pack, 1-bit. All right, there it is. I'll rename this to projects code, Lambda dungeon assets, images. And then I'll go back to that folder, unzip this. All right, and then, ooh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Tile map. So is this like a TileEd thing? Is TileEd in Geeks? I actually did want to try to use that. Come on, Geeks REPL, let's go. Yeah, TileEd is in here, that's cool. I did want to use that. Let's see. I can run Geeks shell, TileEd. I need to make some maps anyway. I don't know what this TSX is though. Probably a, oh, okay, there's TileEd. Ah, it's an XML file. All right, interesting. So if I go and open these up, where's projects? Here we go. Let's look at date modified. 24, oh, okay. All right, so code, Lambda dungeon, assets, images, 1-bit pack, tile map. Cool. So it's already set up. Oh, that's sample. Nice. So that's good to have a little sample in here. Can I zoom in? Nice. That's pretty sweet. Why is this here? Okay, I haven't used TileEd in probably 15 years. I don't know if it's been that long. I think it's been around that long at least. Is there like a way to theme this? You got a dark theme. Ooh. Base color. Okay, that's much better. A little bit darker maybe. Sweet. As Berman says, will it be turn-based? I think it will be real-time, but there will be 1 tick per second, so things will sort of move once per second. It could be more like NetHack, but I think if it was more like NetHack, it would be not so fun. So we're gonna try it a little bit differently, I think. All right, these are tile maps. Urban platformer. Okay, is that the actual tile set? I don't know why they call it legacy though. Tile sheet. Okay, here we go. Monochrome, transparent, monochrome. Nice. So if you wanted to color them yourself, maybe I'll just use the existing though. They even have a little font embedded here. There's a lot of stuff. Whole lot of stuff. It's pretty nice. Now, what does packed mean compared to transparent? It doesn't have any gaps. Still has some gaps. Huh. Weird. Okay, fine. They even have card deck faces. That's pretty weird. Some UI elements. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with the colored version, and then we can move on from there. Transparent versus colored. Colored. All right. So they have their own background color. Colored, packed. I see. There's actual gaps between them. I don't know why you would need the gaps. I don't want the gaps. Hard to tell. I don't know if I can zoom in. Can I? No. I say, okay, it looks like colored packed is what I want. I wonder how I should open this up though. I'm gonna have to deal with the tile information. So I'm gonna load one of these up. Let's see, new map, new tile set. Is the tile set, is there a file for that? Yeah, before I do anything else, let's close that out. And then Ashra says, I think I'll use this stream as inspiration to continue with my Godot course. Go for it. All right, let's delete that. I don't want to include the entire Kenny pack here, so I need to figure out how to minimize this. You know, I'll probably use this as the license for the image. I'll leave that there. Yes, kill it. Instructions. Oh, okay. So there's a documentation for the assets, it seems. 2D. Importing and using tile maps. Tile head. File new tile set. Select the tile map image file. Find the height, tile width, height, and spacing values in the included tilemap.txt. That's cool. Is it here? Tile sheet.txt. Cool. All right. Tile size 16 by 16. Space between tiles 1 pixel. That's probably in the non-packed version. Total tiles in sheet 1078. Wow. Okay, so we've got some samples here. Probably should delete these. But, you know, I'll keep that one around because it gives me a little idea for how I would do this. Both of these, maybe. Let's delete both of those. And then the... Ooh, I did the wrong thing. Internet shortcut. I've never seen a URL file like that before. Preview.png. Okay, let's get rid of that file too. Okay, tile map. These are pre-made tile maps. Tile set colored. So if I load that TSX file up, that probably will be what I need. I should probably move the things that I need. This is loading from where? Oh, tile set legacy? Oh, wow, okay. Why would it do that? What did I just do? Okay, so tile sheet. I said I wanted the colored packed. Let me grab both the colored, the colored packed and the monochrome packed. I don't know if I want the transparent versions. I'll keep them around just in case I want them. How big are they? They're very small, so it's not going to take up too much space. Packed, packed, packed. Okay, let's rename these. We're going to drop them down to the images folder. And then the others we can just delete. We can move that down to the images folder. I guess all these we can move down to the images folder. I'm getting confused between my key bindings a little bit. All right. I'll delete this authors file because the license file does the work now. And then I'll put a little git ignore in here for the sample files. What are they called? Sample underscore. Okay. I want to keep them around, but I don't want them to be checked in a source. Okay. So I've got some images here. I can try to load those up and draw something just to see if it shows up like we expect it to. So inside of game.scm, I can try to do assets, images. And which one do I want to use? I want to use, I think, colored packed to start with. Okay, and then I'll just delete the rest of these because I don't need these just yet. Game data, yeah, we can at least keep the width and height. And we got a lot of other nice coding here. Ooh, do we have vectors now? If we have vectors, that's going to be really, really nice. Make vector, hell yeah. Define game map, make vector. I'll have to think about this a little bit, but for now, let's say maybe we want like a 30 by 30. Define a map, define map width 30. All right, so we're gonna go really simple to start with, and then we will eventually start abstracting some of these things. Okay, so we got a little vector there for the map data. We could probably store a vector in that. That would be pretty nice. All right, make grid. Okay, so vector ref. Just trying to see if there's anything else here I want to remember to steal, because there's like new features of Hoot that I don't know about yet. All right, define level. That's the game state. Make level 1. Cool. Level clear. Win. Lose. Let's see, we got some math stuff here. We got vectors. Did he create a vector class? I'll delete this. Vec2. Is that in the math library? Modules. Math. Vector. Oh, is that the vector we're using? Oops. No, okay. This is a different vector. Just a regular old vector2. Cool. That'll be useful. All right. So I can delete the rest of this stuff. Paddle velocity. Update callback. I want to check that out. Timeout, update callback. Is that the update loop? Okay, that's the update loop. I want to keep this stuff. So he's got a time delta for 60 frames per second, which is good. Level state, level. Oh, using the match expression to pull out information from the level state. That's cool. So level, what is level? I must have deleted that already. Can I take a look at it? There we go. Make level 1, make level 1. Make level, play, make brick grid, make level. Is that in some other module? No. Okay. Oh, level is a record type. Yes. Okay, that's a record type. So this match is pulling. Level state. Cool. So that's just a simple, effectively a case. A little recursive loop in here. Media play. Okay, so there's like a media play function. I kind of want to keep that because at some point it would be nice to have sounds. Oh boy. I delete half the code and game map. Okay, level state, level. I know this is the most interesting thing you could imagine seeing right now. I think that Dave is calling timeout here to make the loop tick at the specified delta. I don't know if I'll take that approach. We'll see. I would rather use request animation frame, I think, but Dave may have had a reason to do it this way. Define update callback procedure external. Okay, cool. You basically you're turning a procedure into a JavaScript function effectively to be called by a JavaScript library. Ashra says make bread. Maybe we will make some bread. Ooh, we need a number to string function. Maybe that's not there yet. I'll keep that around. Ah, okay. Number to string is there, but we are storing it in a hash table so that we don't have to keep doing it every frame. I wonder how costly that is. Okay, so set fill color, fill rect. I need to save some functions we're going to want to know about at some point. Draw image is also here. Can we set a color on that? Doesn't look like it yet. But maybe it's something we can add because we're using a canvas under the covers. It would be nice if we could set our own color theme on the bricks. All right. Draw image, draw ball, print score. Okay, we can do some fonts stuff, which is going to be cool. I might use a font from another person who makes, I think it's free stuff. Let me see. Some PX itch. Let's see. There's a lot of cool fonts here. Okay, some of these they cost money, which is fine. I can buy one. Oh, I think it says you need to use things that are free. They're pixel fonts anyway. What was the other one that I pull fonts from? There's another person who makes free fonts. Maybe they're not free. Oh, you know what? Font CDN. Is that the right thing? CDN fonts. I can probably use some stuff from here. As long as they're free for others to use as well. That's right, Asharaz. So Lambda Dungeon. There we go. That jocks. That looks like the perfect kind of font to use. Do they have any pixel-looking fonts? That one's kind of cool right there. Ashraz is sending us links. There's also some options here. Sonic font. That can't be legal. Ah, okay. Anyway, we'll get back to that at some point. Oh, I should probably leave this open. How's the stream doing in terms of quality? Okay, not the greatest FPS in the world, but it's working. All right. This is a simple bitmap font. For some reason, I decided to call it Sonic. Yeah. I wonder why they decided to call it Sonic. Couldn't be because it looks like it comes from the game Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, so we got set text align. I'll just save those two. Just looking for things I can keep for later. Request animation frame. That's weird. Why is it? I guess we're separating the update loop from the render loop. So I suppose that makes sense, since you can do that in JavaScript, but I feel like it's going to lead to kind of uneven updates. But maybe you're not supposed to do work inside of a request animation frame callback. I'm not sure. Okay, so input handling, on key down, key event code. Let's see, string equals key left. Let's just take that part off here. And I'll delete this part as well. And I might, hey Judy, I might, come on now. Comment that out for now. Same thing for this. I don't really need to have two of these. I'll add these myself later. Where are we setting these? Right here, add event listener, okay. Press animation frame, draw callback, okay. Timeout, so start the render and update loops. Add input handlers. Okay. Set element height. All right. So now we have extracted most of the stuff that's useful, I think. Now that I've deleted everything, I'll add my own copyright. Yes, there's always life, Judy. There's always things that have to be done away from the computer, and those are the worst times. Okay. So now we can get started trying to render that image. So let's not worry too much about updating anything. At least we'll keep the update loop going. In the draw loop, I can try to draw this image. I think I deleted all of the image drawing stuff, didn't I? No, I got to draw image right here. So maybe I can take that and drop it here. So we got a context. And I have, what was it? Tile sheet. Tile sheet. 0, 0. Image width and height. Do we have the ability to extract that information? I need to go check out what's in the modules. In DOM canvas. No, image. Width? No. Okay, so we just got the ability to make an image by passing a path. So make image. Yep. All right. So the image itself, if we were to go back and look at the assets, images, tile sheet. Okay, so it's 16. Well, if I open the file, I guess I could do that. 49 by 22. This said 49, right? 49 times 16. Tile width. Let's store all that stuff. Define tile width. 16. Define tile height. You know what? I should probably just say tile size because they're never going to be anything other than the same dimensions on both. All right, so define tile sheet height is 22 times tile size. Okay, so we got that. We might change the game resolution. We'll see whether that's needed. We might not actually need to because this is going to be a pretty minimal game. Dave is also live, so I gotta have Dave playing at the same time that I'm playing so that it's very confusing to follow all this. That'd be pretty funny. All right, so in the draw function, I want to draw the tile sheet. We're gonna draw, now what's the hitbox thing? Is that the constraint? Let's go look at draw image. Okay, draw image, canvas. All right, so this is just a bunch of float 64s. Canvas.draw image. So X and Y position. Oh, okay, so you don't even have to specify all these things. I wonder if all this is optional or if you have to pass them every time. I'll assume that you do. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 parameters. There's 2 things before that. First is the image, and I think it's canvas is the first one. So canvas, image, then X, Y, width and height, source and destination. Interesting. So let me check and see what Dave had done. So there's the hitbox, brick width, brick height. So this is how we can constrain our image to be for a specific tile size. That may be something we'll have to do. I wonder how costly it's going to be to render this map every frame, or if we can get away with not doing that. Maybe the base map can be rendered once. I'll have to consider that as an optimization measure. All right, first of all, tile sheet width, tile sheet height. Let's see. I'm curious if it's actually possible to not include these lines first. All right, so now we've got things set up here. Let's go back into our compilation buffer and kill the process, serve the game. Okay, so unbound top level on key down. All right, that makes sense because I did not keep those around. So let me just comment those out. Wrong number of arguments to draw image. However, it doesn't seem to be complaining completely, but that makes sense. Okay, nothing showing. Let's check the console in case there's something there. Okay, an arity issue. Wrong number of arguments. That's fine. At least we got, you know, what looks like a stack trace. We did not have that the last time. That's good. Okay, so draw image. So we are sort of forced to do this, but we can make some helper methods if we want to simplify this. We don't have to use all the parameters all the time. The destination is going to be 0 and 0, and we're also going to say the same thing. Tile sheet width, tile sheet height. Hey, Alejandro. All right, let's redo this now. So no error, but no drawing. Hey, Fade. Judy says, I think they do some weird overloading S thing in JavaScript. Yeah, you can just not pass arguments in JavaScript. Interesting that it's not showing anything. Let me inspect the page. Oh, okay. That's not relevant here. Okay, so we got the canvas. Maybe I'm not flushing the canvas correctly. Let me check the original code. So first of all, we should probably fill the canvas, I think. Could be doing something wrong too. Game width, game height, we do have those, okay. If we can actually see the background being rendered, then we'll know that something's working. Okay, so the color is rendering. It's just the image isn't. I wonder if, let me see, maybe I'm missing something in the make file. Okay. Bundle, zip, game.zip. Is there a way to disable that fave icon.ico error? Probably not very important. You just need to provide a file there, I think. Because right now is looking for a file that doesn't exist, so it's just getting a 404. Yeah, supplying an icon is really the only way. I don't know if there's like a meta tag you can put on the head element to say, I don't have a fave ico. Okay, so why isn't our image drawing? I don't get any errors saying that it can't make it. Context. We do set up the context. Tile sheet. We load the tile sheet. We have the width and the height. In theory, that should be correct, based on the information we have. Assets, images, color, packed. Colored packed.png. Wait a second. Okay, that's correct. That's very strange. Okay, so request animation frame. So it did work. We saw that because it is drawing the background color. In fact, we could even change this if we wanted to and make it really ugly. Unfortunately, you have to recompile every time, but that's just the way it is. There isn't a way to stick a REPL in there yet. Should it not? Oh, so it's requesting the colored packed. We see it. However, the clearing of the screen. Wait a second. One of these is the alpha channel. Is it ARGB? No, sorry. What did I do wrong here? That should be red. There it is. Okay. I don't know what I did last time. I left a 0 out because I can't tell how many letters I'm typing. That's fine. That color is fine for now. Okay, so we got that. Draw image context tile sheet. We're drawing it 0, 0 with the width and height to 0, 0 to the width and height. Is there something else about that? Maybe I'm reading the API wrong. Source width height, destination width height. Width of the subrectangle of the source image. A negative value will flip the image. X-axis coordinate in the destination canvas to which places top left corner. I mean, that should be correct, shouldn't it? Console network. Yeah, so that it did download that file. The last two should be game width height. That's true, Judy. That's, well, not exactly. We can try it though. We can try that and see. I don't think that's gonna work. It'll scale the image, I think. But as long as we see something on the screen, that's good enough, I think. Yeah, exactly. So this is the color, I think, of the image. So hold up. Can I write things out? I wonder if format works. This probably will not work. No fade, the stream's over. I have a theory that something is amiss. Whoa. Compilation, all right. Format is not found, that's fine, whatever. So display. I don't know if I need to pull in some other module for that. What? Unbound top level. Come on now. Context, I think, is canvas, isn't it? Context is the canvas itself. Because of the way that the bindings have to work in Hoot, there's no like object-oriented calling. So the actual foreign function interface, yeah, it has, you have to pass the object first, since it's just simple procedures. Not a lot of Ice9 and Hoot. Cal, how did you do logging? Because I think you said somewhere that you had added logging. Hey, Dave. Is there anything for writing stuff out? Is there like a DOM library? DOM. What do I have? I think I have 041, right? 041. Dave's leaking System Crafters IRC on his stream. Let's get some recursive streaming going on here. There we go. So now you can see the System Crafters IRC. See, I actually saw the message arrive in IRC before it showed up here in the screen of Dave's stream. That's pretty funny. Okay. I don't think I can watch your stream while I'm doing my stream because the CPU will just crash and be garbage. You probably can't hear me anyway. So let's see. Draw image, that's all good. Except for the fact that it's not drawing. Since it does have the actual color, it makes you wonder if it's drawing like one pixel only, but it's stretching across the whole image, or if it's doing something really strange. Hello to Fadul. Okay. Let's get our brain together here. So game width, game height, no, tile sheet width. I don't know if I need to actually make this be floating point numbers. I do need a beefy desktop PC. I will be getting one. For sure. I just haven't done it yet. Let's get rid of that display that I added because apparently I can't do that. Maybe I can bind to console log though. Okay, there we go. So apparently you can't write normal numbers. You have to actually use floats. Oh, hold on a second. Did somebody say that? No. Okay. Anyway. So now it's drawing. That's good. We can change this back to be... well, let's just copy this whole line. How about that? So contextually, my brain does the vanilla Emacs key bindings correctly. Like when I'm writing, I do just fine with Emacs key bindings. But when I start writing code, my mental conditioning comes back and I forget how to use the keys correctly. So if it looks like I'm struggling to press keys, that's because I am. Okay. So we are drawing the tile sheet to the screen, which is good. The question becomes, how do I scale this up? Or perhaps instead of scaling it up, maybe I should scale it down. Should this be like a 320 by 240 game? So 640 by 480. Let's try that. I don't know what it'll do. This is meant to be kind of a retro style game, so we can make a small resolution for it. Actually that is sort of what I want though, but I want it to be bigger. So I kind of want to scale everything up. So in that case, what I should do on that draw image is multiply the width and height by 2. Okay, recompile. And once we get this drawing the way that I want it to be, then we'll start moving on to drawing individual map tiles. Okay, whew, that's terrible. HTML, canvas, scaling, quality. See you, Judy. Yeah, we'll be streaming again tomorrow also. Okay, so interesting image choice. Disable interpolation when scaling a canvas. Get out of here. Okay, image rendering pixelated. How old is this? 2014? Okay. Nice. All right, so canvas image. Maybe we can just steal this a little bit. Do we already have a CSS file here? CSS, excellent. All right, and we have canvas as well. So I think we should be able to take this stuff. Get out of here. You can't just enjoy the internet anymore. You just have to have 15 million pop-ups on every single website. And when the first one's gone, the second one appears and gets in the way. All right, I think I can just reload this page. That seemed to do something. Why are there multiple? Okay, yeah, that's much more blurry like that. It's not vastly improved, but it's bearable, I think, at least for now. 256, 256, 64. So you set the canvas width to be the same, but then you use CSS to scale it up. Christian says, I slightly believe your ×2 factor scaling does this in the code. Does it? I think I need to use 0.0 though. I don't know if that is having an impact somehow. Maybe it's not actually because the original number is a float. Oops. So should I actually be scaling this up in CSS instead, I wonder? Make the canvas be a certain size. Where's the HTML? The HTML says nothing. So width equals, or let's see that width is 320, height equals 240. Yeah. I agree, Christian. That's probably what's happening. Let's see if the CSS trick here actually does something. So instead of what we just did before, we can use canvas here to scale it up. ID canvas. So if I do canvas hash canvas, and then was it width? 640, height 480. This may not be what I intended. There could be HTML canvas scaling options. Canvas scale. Well, technically I'm not scaling it. I'm just drawing the image. I feel like I've dealt with this before. Bouncing it off a temporary canvas. Canvas scaling and smoothing tricks. Well, I don't want smoothing. I want the opposite of smoothing. Okay, it looks like they are setting a certain width and then using CSS to scale it up. Let's see if this actually does something. I need to take the code that I did out of there, though. So let's copy these two lines, go back and comment them out, paste them back in again, and just delete this stuff. Okay. Oh, get rid of that too. All right. Yes. One too many. Wait. Yeah, that's right. Okay. That looks, I mean, it's not scaled though. It looks a lot less fuzzy. I don't know if it worked. Let me inspect. And we can actually play with things in, oh, what's it saying here? Invalid property value? Why? Because it's not PX? That's probably why. There it is. Look at that. That's nice. Okay. So we don't want it to be that big. So do I need to make it even smaller and then scale it up that way? Because I want there to be an editor next to the game so that you see the editor on the left side and the game on the right side. So it needs to be a bit smaller than this. So what I'll do is, let's see, game width. What size should I draw it to, I wonder? So half of 320 is 160. That makes sense. It's actually 10 tiles wide. Is that what I want? 10 tiles wide? Not so much. Let's try it anyway. So half of 240 is 120, right? And then I go back into the HTML file and do 120, 160. Oh, I should probably change the CSS too. I need to go refix that. So 360, 240. I'm probably doing math wrong, so somebody correct me if my math is stupid. Was it 360? That's right. $320, $240. Okay, so that is 10 tiles. We should make it so that it's an even 10 by 10. So I guess it should be even 320, shouldn't it? So 160 by 160. Yeah, let's just treat it that way. This doesn't have to be a normal screen resolution. It can be perfectly square. So 160, 160. I probably want more tiles than that. What about 12 by 12? How about that? So 16 times 12 is 192. And then 192 times 2 is 384. All right, let's go back into game.scm, 192, 192. And we should see a 12 by 12 grid at this point. Hopefully that's enough room for our stuff in our game. Okay, it looks pretty good. I think we can work with that, for now at least. We may have to scroll this screen as well, but maybe we'll deal with that later. Faye says, ugh, Webular stuff, where's the Lisp? We're getting back to that now. We just had to make sure that things were drawing on the screen first. Use calc and CSS, let the browser do the math, maybe. Okay, so now we have this. I actually want to change the color of the body so that we're not blinded the whole time. Because I hate white backgrounds. So background color, is it the right? Is it BG color? I can never remember. Yeah, okay. In fact, there's one right here. How about that? No, 222. That's probably good enough. Did I draw those icons? No, I did not. I wish I did. Those are some free icons from a website. All right, that's much better. I'm not blinded anymore. All right, so now we have basic images rendering. Can we maybe commit this stuff so that we have a good starting point and then make a repo? All these files here, do I want to keep those in? Yeah, let's just leave them in for now. I don't care too much. Got a lot of stuff in progress here. Our index file we've modified, okay. Christian says, I wonder how the game logic will flow. I can imagine 100 ways to write games procedurally, but not in a functional style. I don't know how functional it will be because we're trying to just like hack things in. So we'll see. But I have done games in a functional style before on the previous game jams we did on Flex Harmonic using Mesh. There's a couple of games we were doing in a functional style. It was a lot of fun. All right, so rip out game template code, get image rendering. And we need to go to Codeberg, David will create a new repo for this. Where's the button? There it is. All right, a game. Okay. There we go. I'll create our repo here, and then I'll copy the URL. We'll go put it into Magit as a remote. We will, let's see, set the remote origin URL to my Lambda dungeon, and then push it. All right, there we go. Now that code is up there and we can keep going. I do want to set up some automation for this to have it automatically build the game and publish it to a website. So we'll do that maybe on another day after we've made a little bit more progress with just getting the basic game stuff on the screen. Okay, let's get out of these files. We don't really need those now. So let's see, how can we proceed here? We probably should start by getting some basic tile map rendering working. And I had TileAd pulled up a second ago. We can go back and load that. Yes, I know. New tile set. What are we aiming at? Dwarf Fortress? Something a lot more simple than that. Basically just a game where there is a hero, and you are not the hero. You're actually the creatures that are in the dungeon, and you have to write code for the creature's behavior to keep the hero from accomplishing his goal. We don't really know what that is yet, but that's sort of the general idea, and we'll start heading in that direction. New tile set based on tile set image. Okay. Embed it in the map. No, let's not do that. The source will be projects code. TileEd is a tile map editor. Assets, images, colored packed. And the tile width is 16. Tile height is 16. We don't have any spacing because it's the packed variant. Dungeon.tsx, images. There we go. And it automatically pulls everything in, which is awesome. So we don't need anything special here, I don't think. I think we can set, metadata on these, but I probably won't use it at all. So now I can create a new map, and I want it to be 12 by 12. Tile size is 16 by 16. Not 162. Orthogonal, tile layer format is CSV. I like that. Write down, yep. All right, so let me pick some tiles here. Do we have extents? Can I see like what the extents are? Where is view? Show tile object outlines. Highlight current layer. I don't know what the hell. Whatever's blue, I suppose, is paintable. There we are. Now we can see the edges. Can I fill? Is there a fill bucket? There we go. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. I should have just done that this way. I haven't used this tool in years, so. Let's go up one level. Levels. I don't know. Okay. Now, what were the walls they were using? There was like some brick looking walls. I need the side walls. It's kind of a... Okay. Whoa, no. That's not what I want. Terrain brush. I just want to place one tile, dude. Okay, there we go. I need to look at the example again so I can kind of get an idea of what it was they had in mind, because I don't remember. Sample interior. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just the simple walls, which is fine, I think. There's doors. Cool. And some other stuff around. Well, we can just start with that. So what was it? It was just this? So I guess this only gives us about 10 by 10 in terms of the space of the tiles on the inside, which is not much. We may have to actually scroll, and that's fine. Just gonna try to make a couple rooms here. And that's good enough, just for now. That's kind of cool. Have a little, jail window type thing. And then we have some doors as well. other types of walls that are kind of nice. Okay. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Can I right click it to go away? No. Ah, okay. So let's see if we can export this somehow. CSV files, TMX, okay, they got JSON files. Wonder what the CSV gives us. Because if it's just like tile indices, that's good enough. That's all we need. We just need something to start with. So assets, levels, level1.csv. It looks like, yeah, those must be tile indices because 0 is the very first one and the rest are just like indices. So that's good. That's a good starting point. So if I can load that, is there a way to load a file like that? Yeah, it's definitely indexes into the sprite sheet, but what I'm wondering is with Hoot, how can I do that? There's a way to load images, but that's an API that's already built in to the browser. It's almost like I have to use XML HTTP request to grab the file, and then when I have it, I can call fetch, but fetch is callback driven. I don't think there's a way to do it synchronously. Would be kind of stupid to do it synchronously. Though I wonder how that canvas make image, what was it called? Load image. Okay, so new image, then it has an onload event. I'm pretty sure that's not being handled inside of the library that Dave made. I would guess it's not anyway. It's already doing something that's a little bit async. Trying to think of how I would deal with this. If you want to load file contents, I mean, obviously I could just embed this stuff directly into the scheme, and I don't want to do that though. Is there a way to do a custom exporter? TileEd custom export. Custom export. Ooh, extensible using JavaScript. Well, that's going to be super easy then. Register tile set format. If I can get it to export a scheme file, that would be awesome. Because then I could just import it like a module. Tell me how to load a script. Okay, config TileEd extensions. Can I like load TileEd with a command line argument to, let's see, geeks, oh, let's do it with eat. Geeks shell TileEd. There does not seem to be a way to give it a different plugin load path. Ooh. Project specific folder defaults to extensions relative to the directory of the TileEd project file. Project properties. projects. So let's try take a look at this. File, open file or project, new. Project properties. Extensions directory, nice. Okay. So then what? There's also that, let's see. Each project gets an associated .tiled session file. Does that actually exist? No. Tiled project configuration. I feel like I saw that. Did I not see that? Project specific folder defaults to extensions relative to the directory of the .tiled project file. So what is that? I don't have one of those yet. Project. Open project, save project as, add folder to project, save. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, let me do that again. Projects, code, land dungeon, assets, levels, save. Save it. Okay, so what did it say? It said, project specific folder defaults to extensions relative to the directory of the tiled project file. Okay, so you could have a folder called extensions, assets, levels, extensions. SCM export.js. So let's get back to it. I know this is not the most interesting part, but I just want to try to find a way to make it easy to create level files for the game. And let's see. Projects, don't care about that now. I just need to know about how to write a JavaScript extension. Directly in an extensions directory or in a subdirectory. When using the MJS extension are loaded as JavaScript modules. I don't really need that. I just need to write some code. Don't care about that. Example scripts, great. Exports a Pico 8. Is that written in JavaScript? Yes, okay. So let's just take a look at this then. Seems fairly straightforward. All right, register map format. Okay. I don't really care about reading them. I just want to write them. What the hell? I'm sorry. Pico 8. Okay, so there's a write. I wonder if I have to use, have to specify a read. Because I don't really care about reading. A to B, alpha to binary, prop name. This is doing, okay, it's writing out a binary file. So, what is the... output index, find layer, format. There's something about JavaScript objects and functions. What were you looking at? It was A to B. New binary file. What's binary file? View file class. All right. This is like C++. Where's the JavaScript stuff? Reference. F.write, new binary file. Let's take a look. Maybe there's like a text file somewhere. No. Getting started. This is super unhelpful. I may have to just use the CSV. Okay. Maybe this is what I need to be looking at. So, register map format. Map format, scripted map format. Oh, here we go. Okay. Finally, an example. Write function map file name. And it does not seem to need. Great. Here we go. Map.width layers. Okay, cool. So how will we approach this? I think we need to have a map module. Hickory says, when you're doing this, how do you make sure you're not overthinking about code structure or over-engineering it? I basically feel the heat of the eyeballs on me while I'm trying to write this code. And if I feel like I'm going too far, I just stop doing what I'm doing because I don't want the stream to be too boring. So having people look over your shoulder while you're doing it could be a very effective way to not go too far because you don't want to bore people to death. So I think we're almost getting to a point where I won't bore you to death, but we just had to get there first. So let me see if I can make a module for this. Ashra says, you don't want to summon left pad. Well, you know, it may happen. Game/map.scm. I'll make my own little, whoa. Yes, create it, thank you. Define module. Are we doing define module here? Excellent. Got a lot of commented out stuff in here. Okay. So this is game map. I don't know what this pure is. Use module scheme base, FFI. I don't really need that. I need whatever is going to give me the record types. That's probably in scheme base, I would guess. And I'll change the exports in a little bit. So I could be getting myself into trouble here doing this as well, just so you know. I don't know if you can define a record type and have it be exported correctly, but we're going to find out. Should I call this map or level? Maybe I should call it level. Okay, so make level, and we're gonna have a width, height. We're gonna have this be a little bit private because we're gonna have a helper function that is on the outside. Width, height, vector, or data, let's call it that. Okay, so width, level width. Do I need to set it? No. Height, level height. And then data, level data. Okay, that's good enough. Let's delete those. Let's drop that there. We're going to create a function or procedure, make level. This is going to be our public API for making a level. Width, height. Let's see. What would be the best way to do this? I think if I were to data tiles. How about that? So we have tiles, and then inside what we'll call make level with height, and then we're going to create a vector that's the size of the width times the height. This is kind of ugly looking. Let's drop that down one line. So that's going to give us a new level instance. And then what we'll do is, in fact, we can just make this a loop right there. And then for each of the tiles, yeah, let's do an if here. If null tiles, we're going to return level. Otherwise, we are going to vector set. Is that right? And we're going to set, what is it? We've made a vector. I don't want to be calling that every single time, though. I kind of want to, we need an outer let. I don't really like that. We'll do it anyway. Just need to make progress. Okay, so we've got that one. We're going to have the inner let loop. We're going to use tile data here. Okay. And we also need to delete that right there. Okay. So now we have tile data. Vector set, tile data. That is going to be, well, let's see, scheme vector set. I don't use vectors that often, so I need to remember. Vector set. This takes a vector, a position, and a value. So this is going to be width. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, no. I need to have an index. Actually, I don't need to do that. I just need to keep an index here. That's going to be good enough. So I0. And the value is going to be our tiles. Actually, am I doing something really dumb? Maybe I can just set a, can I create a vector from a list? Yeah. That assumes that it's the right size. I guess I could have just done that. Let's just start with that. We can do more complicated things later. Okay, so list of vector tiles. I'm gonna take the tile data and I'm just gonna make a vector straight out of that. We're assuming that the tiles are gonna be right. You would call this function like make level, let's say 12, 12, and then you would have a list of tiles. So 1, 2, 3, and then another basically like that until you get 12 rows worth of numbers. So that's effectively what this custom export is going to do, is write out something like that. Now that we have an example somewhere right here that tells us how to write things out, then I basically just construct a string to do that. Is that commit? Do I need that? Okay, file commit. We'll just paste this in and get everything else out. There's also layers. I could have layers as well if I wanted to, but for now I will not. I don't think this game really needs it. But we could change our mind. Okay. Map layer count, layer at I. Let's just start with that because we're not going to bother doing any other layers for now. Whoops. Okay, so layer is tile layer. I mean, I guess it would have to be, wouldn't it? Rows. Rid of that. I don't know whose coding style this is, but people usually put their curly brackets on the same line as a function signature. All right, so layer, map layer at I. Let's do that 0. I'm guessing that's what it'll be. Y layer height. So we're starting writing each row. Var row. So first, var SCM file equals. We're gonna want to create the structure of a scheme file. What I'll do is say define module. Can I not do that? There we go. Game levels, and then we need the name of the level. Can I use like backtick syntax? It'd be really nice if I could. Kind of don't think it would be possible, but let's see. File name. Let's just try that for now. And then we need that pure. I think we saw something like that. In fact, let's take a look at. Okay, so game map. Pure use module scheme base. Use module game level. Do I want to do an export? What would it mean? Okay. That's probably fine. Okay, so we'll do it this way. And then make level. That's going to be, where do we see the width and height? Layer width, layer height. Probably TM is tile map. Okay, map. Okay, so map file name. We're going to use map.width, map.height. A for loop? Why not? I'm just copying and pasting code here. What can I do? All right, so make level, and then we're going to write out the whole structure of the level by creating strings for each row. All right. No, don't need that. Here I can just do a map. Right? Like a map car type thing. What is this, basic? Are you challenging me, Christian, to do things in a more functional way? That's okay. I'll do it. All right, so we need to... There's a fold in JavaScript, right? Or is it reduce? What is it? JavaScript reduce. Let's just do reduce. Reduce. All right. Let's see if reduce is actually part of this Qt scripting engine. What time is it? Wow. We're making a little bit of progress here. We're getting things set up. Okay, so we got row. Instead of doing the loop over that layer. Oh, well, I can't actually loop over this because it's not a list. It's an object that you have to reach into. So apparently you have to do it this way. That's okay. So instead of doing row push here, eek, I don't like to see bare loop bodies. Kind of weird. I don't really... Oh, actually, let's see. I want to say... What is it? SEM file. Okay. Plus equals. I know it's terrible. We're just doing a bunch of string manipulation, but whatever, dude. SEM file plus row. And I also want to add a new line. So we're going to start with row having a little bit of indentation so that the file looks a little bit, reasonable. In fact, I can probably do that as well. We'll indent with one character. Then at the very end, we'll say SEM file plus. Yeah, that's probably enough. Hey, stop that. I don't know what it was complaining about. And in here, we are going to say row plus equals layer cell at x, y. Oh, let me just steal this part. But I'll use it as a string. I hope this works. Yep. And I want to have a space after. Actually, let's do it this way. That's more clever. Let's put the spaces first. And then at the end, it can just do a final quotation mark. Sorry, closing parenthesis. Okay, this should actually work. In theory. And let's take that out. We don't need to read. Okay. How do I get it to reload? When any loaded script is changed, when any files are added or removed from the extensions directory, the script engine is automatically reinstantiated and these scripts are loaded. So the question is it already done? Is there like a log or something I can see? Or can I just say export? Haha, scheme. Rows is not defined. Okay. At least we saw something. Okay, that's the one right there. Let's try that again. Oops. Export as. That's Control-Shift-E in case I have to do that again. Let's just try this. File name is not defined. Okay, what did I do? File name. I think that must be up here somewhere. File name with a capital N. So we did make it toward the end, at least. Yep. What? Okay, try one more time. Control-Shift-E. Okay, it saved it. Okay, define module. Okay, we need to get the file name off that. Otherwise, that looks okay. This looks okay. At least needs a little bit of indentation. That looks okay. Export level. I probably need to make a define for this. So that's another thing to add. But it did seem to actually put the data out correctly. So that's cool. Got one extra new line in between. That doesn't matter. So let's just clean that up a little bit. And I think we'll be good to go. Define level. I wonder if define public works. So what is the indentation here? 3. And there's a new line after each one. You know, actually, I know I'm being nitpicky about the output, which is really dumb to do, but I can't help myself. All right, let's try this again. Control Shift E. Yes. Okay. Oh, I need to close out that last define too, but this is looking much better. I need to fix that file name thing. Too many spaces here. All right. It's almost workable. Basically, the idea here is that we can load that up as a module. Now, the question is, does... I should probably change the symbol name. So this needs to be like level 1. So the question is, do we have a way to Qt JavaScript file name line number from path? Qt, how can I extract the file name of a path? File info, file path. QML, file name from path. I don't know what that is. JavaScript Q file info. I'm very confused. Interpreting JavaScript? No. Let me do a plus sign here. Yeah, with Qt. It's all C++ stuff. I want the JavaScript version. Qt JavaScript guide? Who knows? Thanks, Christian. Thanks for dropping by. This is just standard JavaScript stuff, I guess. Ain't util file. Oh, maybe I should look at the tiled API stuff. So file name. Open. Text file dot write only. All right. Scripting API. Let's just go back to the beginning. Tiled manual. So we can look at this TypeScript type definition. I don't know which one it is. If it's QML or whatever. Let's look at the TypeScript type definitions for this. This page is going to make me blind. Is this in the repo? GitHub, map editor, tiled. Get me out of there. Now the question becomes, where is the stuff we just saw here? You're gonna make me read this stupid page, aren't you? Text file. It's, oh God. File path. File path, URL, string. Oh, base name. File info.base name. Where is file info coming from? How does one get a file info? I suppose it's just file info.base name. Let's try that. See var map name equals file info dot base name file name. I guess if I create a new file info, perhaps that's a way to do that. I don't know where else it would come from. And base name, I might need to take the path off of it too. Clean path, complete base name, returns a file name with value path up to and not including the dot character. Base name. File name of file path up to, but not including the first dot. Yeah, so that's including the path as well. Last component of the file path, that is everything after the last. Okay, so I need file name. Now maybe that works. Also, yeah, the repo's linked, but I wasn't able to quickly see where the type definitions are included. Let me throw that in here too. We have the map name as the export. This also needs to be here. Come on. All right, so map name, map name, map name. That should be enough. Let's try to save again. Yes. Okay, so that time it seems to have not been upset about it. So level 1, there it is. Game levels level 1. Define level 1, make level. It seems to be terminated correctly. So I think that we can call that pretty good at this point. I'll take this extra space out. No, actually I need that. So let's take one space out of here. And then we'll export it one more time just to verify. I need to export to the right location though, which is going to be the modules, game, levels, and then level 1. I wish I could remember that path. If I do export, does it remember? Yeah, okay, good. Excellent. Okay, so now we go check out the code. We have modules, game, levels, level1.scm, and all the data is in there. So if I can go into game.scm, let's go load it up. Oh, I need to do one more thing. Map.scm is the wrong name for this. So let me close that file. I'm going to go to modules, game, and then rename this to level.scm. Change this to level. Maybe the other thing should be level 2. Sorry, the output path. So if we rename this to level. No. There we go. So I'll close this file because I want to remake it. Yes, kill anyway. Let's re-export this to the desired location. Modules, game, level 1. Oh, I need to go change the export script to export it to the right place. So if I go back, it's game level. Okay, there we go. It could be levels. I don't know. But we'll leave it the way it is for now. I'll go ahead and export as level 1 SEM. Yes, replace it. Now I'll go back here to modules, game, level 1. Okay, game level 1. That looks good. Now we can go back into game.scm and load up the level. So, in fact, right around HD, sure. Game level 1. How much time we got here? Okay, we've got about an hour. I think we can get the map rendering on the screen. So let's see if the game compiles and works now. Compilation buffer. There we go. Error 1. Unbound variable make level. I did not export that from level.scm. So I need to do make level, level width, level height, level data. I probably need some accessor functions like level tile level x or map x map y, and I will say let data. Do I need that? This is basically just going to be a simple vector ref, I think. This is going to be level data level. We're going to multiply the yeah, I have that. So level width level. Wait, hold on. This is plus. So we have map X and map Y. So if we're asking where, I need to do this in a more efficient way. I think rendering would have to be done differently. But there are cases where we would want to ask what tile is at a given location. So I think we do need this procedure. If I have the X position, that's right. So trying to remember the calculation for this. I think it's a plus. So map X. So the X times the... No, that's not right. This is it. Map X plus the mod. Is there a mod in the math library? No. Okay, so we got random, but we need mod. Define foreign. I could probably do a define foreign to get, let's see, JavaScript mod. Okay, remainder. That's an operator, so I might need to have a function that can do that. I think there must be a mapping here. Window, document, element, event, canvas, math. All right, here we go. Mod. X, Y, X mod Y. There we go. Modulo is built in. Hell yeah, thanks, Dave. All right, let's go back. Level modulo. And I'm guessing, let's see, Guile modulo. Make sure I get the right. I also may need to use exact, but I'm not sure. Modulo. Thanks, Dave. I saw it on YouTube also. N and D. All right, so that's right. Okay, so 13.4. Okay, that's right. So the level width map. Is that right? Man, it's been a while since I did this calculation. Which other game did I do this on? It wasn't that one. Man. So we're looking for the index. I think I'm doing this the wrong way. So we're looking for the index in the map. So if we have map X, that's going to be plus. Oh yeah, right. Map Y times the level width level. That's it. Map 8. And the reason why is because you need to, for the Y, you need to have as many indices, sorry, you need to have the number of columns per row for the desired Y position, and then add the map X to that to get the sole integer position. I think this is correct. Okay. We didn't need to write that right now, but just because I'm here, level tile. Tile at, let's call it that. Now we're gonna reload the game and see at least if the code loads correctly. It compiled. Let's go back to the game. We've got so many windows open now. Let's keep that because that was actually helpful. Okay, so the code runs. I don't see any errors. We imported that level data. So at this point, we could start drawing the map. So what we need is maybe a define draw level context. Well, level context. Let's just start with that. And what we'll do, let's go back into, well, we need to pull in the DOM functions for this. And that's going to be, I think, DOM canvas. I don't know if we need DOM image too, but let's just go with DOM canvas first. Whoops. Okay. And then if I go back and steal that draw image code that I had here, we also need to have the tile sheet image. So level context tile sheet. All right, so we got context tile sheet. We're gonna need a loop. Okay. And we also want oh, what did I do there? Okay, level width, level height. We need the max, I guess the extent of the loop that we're gonna go through. We're gonna start at 0. We also need a, well, I guess we will assume for now we're starting at position 0, 0. So for this, yeah, we need to know also the X and Y position. But I guess with I can use modulo to get that whenever we're running through. So here we'll say, so I, yeah, we need to use division for one and modulo for the other, I believe. So index. So once we hit the, let's say 12, which is the level width. Ooh, we also need the screen width too, but we'll just assume now that they're gonna be the same size. And then we'll change it later. So screen width. The Y will be the division. So divide I by the level width. That's right. And then modulo of I and level width. I think that's right. So then tile sheet width, tile sheet height. What we actually want is the, we may need to have like a record type for a tile sheet to keep this information together, I think. Oh, no, this actually goes here to find where on the screen to put it, but we also need to get the location of the index in the tile, the sheet. So level data, level, got to use a vector ref. Wish there was an easier way to get the beginning of that. Probably there's some smart parens bindings I should be using to move around better. So vector ref I. I need to this is a little bit dirty. We'll see if it works. Not the best thing to do. Okay, so let's do this. Set current tile. Awful. I could do it in loop too, I guess, but you can't do a let star on a loop, so you can't use previous bindings, which is something you would need for this. All right, so we got the current tile, which is the vector ref here. And then we will use that current tile information. That's the index. We need to use the index for calculation. So for the tile, we need to do the same kind of calculation inside of the tile sheet. Tile width, tile height, tile sheet width. Yeah, we're gonna need a record for this for sure. Because we have to pull the positions out. Tile sheet width, tile sheet height. No, we actually want to use tile width, tile height here as well too. So we need to take the source and the destination. current tile by the tile sheet width, and then division of current tile from tile sheet height. That's not right, because this needs to be based on multiples of 16. Tile sheet width is... Yeah, this needs to be a different number, I think. Sorry, this needs to not be multiplied, because we need to know exactly how many tiles wide it is to do these calculations. Tile sheet width and height. We're gonna just comment this out for now. All right. So assuming that we have the right information here, current tile, tile sheet width, tile sheet height, we can multiply both of these by 16. Or actually tile width, tile size, that's what it's supposed to be. Forgot to do that. And that. Okay, so let's get rid of that 0, 0. Whoa, the 0, 0 here. It needs to be the tile width and the tile height. We could just do this. It's tile size, actually. All right. So we have a draw level procedure that conceivably could draw the tile map. So I think we should just try to run it and see what happens. Draw level. Let's put that in there. So draw level. So we have game level. We pulled that into... We haven't pulled that in here yet, so we need game level here. Then we can go here and say draw level. What was a signature for that? So that's level 1, context, tile sheet, tile size. Let's break these down. Tile sheet width, tile sheet height. I'm pretty sure that was all the stuff needed for that. So let's just run it, see what happens. Okay, unexpected end of file. That is in level.scm. Cool, check parens. It's in draw level somewhere. So let me just double check. I probably got a nested let that I did not close out. That seems to be right. Source expression failed to match any pattern. That is, oh, okay. That is in tile def right here. Okay, let's get that out of there. Okay. That's not right, but at least it's a starting point. So we don't really have a way to write out information, at least so I've seen. It'd be nice to be able to write some debug text to check this out a little bit. We see this tree here. Where is the tree in the tile map? That's one row down from where we expect it to be. So that's being drawn for this tile, which is not right. So first of all, let me just check level 1. Get rid of that first. Get rid of that too. Level 1. Game, level 1. Game, level, export level 1. Make level 1212. That all should be right. So the index would be 637 to start off with. That all looks right. And 637, does it tell me which index I'm hovering over? What are all these errors? Ah, okay, cool. Whoops. So it doesn't tell me which one I've selected, does it? I don't see it in any readout anywhere. That's okay, I don't really need it, but... So this all looks fine. Make level. We go back to level.sem. Make level accepts a width and a height and tiles, and that's what we got. So in theory, our vector should have the information we're looking for. Oh, I never called loop recursively. That would matter, I think. I don't think that's right. Let me go up one level. Loop max plus I1. I'm pretty sure that's all that is required here. Yep. Oh, and we're not checking yet. When less than I max, we need to, oops, we need to make sure that all of this is going to happen only inside of the bounds of the vector. Max. Technically, we could just look at the vector length, but let's do it this way just in case we run into any runtime error that tells us the logic has been wrong somewhere else. I believe my calculations on drawing everything are wrong. Vector ref. Current tile. I wonder if all these numbers need to be written out as floats. There's some problem with that. Or at least these two. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, we got some kind of weird issue happening here. Level width times level height is the max, that's for sure. And I wish we had... Are we sure the display doesn't work? Let me go check game.js. So, if I add a log procedure, set transform, let me go back and check set scale. There we go, define foreign, set scale. I'm just stealing here, as usual. And I want to go to, let's see, DOM debug / log.scm. All right, so define module debug log export log. Pure, I guess, probably need that. Use module scheme base. Define log. So we have to use a string correctly. Ref string, okay. Ref string. We're not gonna pass console log. I think what I should do is, yeah, let's just leave it like that. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I just wanna write a string out. I don't know. I'm just wrapping it for now. It may not be necessary. I'll delete it if it's not necessary. Let me go back and go into level and just say log level. I want to check. Then I could possibly use string append to do a few things. I can turn this log into like a function that can take multiple strings, and then use string append on that. I don't know if apply works. We could try it out. Try that out. Maybe it'll work. I don't see any log output. So what did I do wrong? Maybe the procedure that I gave it. Let's do this. Let's do that instead. Come on now. I'm getting no output whatsoever. Hold up. I didn't import that. The compiler's not telling me that I'm trying to access something that doesn't exist. Did it? No, it never told me. Level. Yeah, log. Is it coming from somewhere? Oh, is that a... what function is that? That was too fast. Like, I feel like it recompiled way too fast. As if it actually didn't do anything. I'm not sure what's happening. Log to SCM. I'm exporting log. For now, look, let's do this. And then when I call log back in level, I'm in level, log. It's not working at all. Very confusing. Wonder if there's some other function. No complaints from the compiler, but nothing works. Console.log. I mean, console.log ought to work, right? Console.log. What? Yeah. Math random. Let me check the math library. So it takes no parameters. All right. What about get context? Element context. New audio. Okay. Ref string. Ref extern. Okay. So what I'm doing should work. Oh, did I not pull in Hoot FFI? Media.scm. Oh, interesting. This is using R7RS syntax. Why don't we have two different syntaxes here? Am I supposed to be using this instead? Seemed to work. Math is using define module syntax. I'm not getting some errors when I probably should be. Trying to think of what else I could try. We're running out of time here. Let me scan through Dave's other modules and see what style of module is being used. Okay, there's another define module. It's using Hoot FFI. Using signatures here. Add event listener. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I did change that. Yeah, some things are not giving any errors at all, which makes me wonder if they're actually working. Game level, debug, log. Oh, you know what? There's a make file, and I did not add my modules to the module list. Apparently, I need to do that. So not only do I need to add modules slash debug slash log.scm, I also need to add modules slash game slash, why didn't I complain about this? That seems very weird. Game slash level.scm and modules slash game slash level level1.scm. Have I added anything else? Modules, game, level 1, okay. Yeah, that's it. That's probably why I wasn't getting anything. Oh, missing separator? Where? Here. I wasn't getting any errors because it wasn't compiling those files at all, it seems. That explains a lot. Okay, there it is. And this is doing something now. The position incorrectness kind of tells me that I'm drawing them in the wrong location. Okay, so we're back on track. Just need to remember to update the make file every time I add something new. So in level log test, it got written out twice, it seems. Only twice. Oh, a bunch of times. I see it happening a bunch of times here. All right, good. So now I can go back and add log level back in and go to log and make this a private and then uncomment this procedure so that I can maybe have a slightly better interface to logging text. If it works. Okay. There we go, level 16.0, good. So that does work. At least I can get some input now. Some information about what I'm doing. Okay. So we need to fix the problems with rendering at this point. The output position. Level width level, okay. We need to put this in the right location. This is going to be also multiplied by tile size. Oh, that's horrible. And it's not the right tile, but we can fix that. So we've got slightly, let's see. Every column is offset incorrectly. And I think that we're going in sub-pixel increments, which makes it look really bad. It's like the map is melting. Okay. So when X increases, the Y increases at a level that's not right. Level width. Should I be a... I divided by level width. Okay, so Guile exact number. Oh, I need to turn it to an inexact number. Inexact to exact, exact to inexact. Whenever we use that for multiplication, it needs to become a float, basically. That could be one reason why this is happening, because that's the Y position that we're calculating. So let's try that out. Oh, that procedure does not exist. So perhaps we need to just multiply it by 1.0 to accomplish the same thing. I gotta go find the game again. There we go, right here. Did not help very much. Doesn't look quite as bad, but it still looks bad. Okay. So I divided by the level width. So if level width is 12 and I is 13, then we need the I might need to do this in a more efficient way to reduce the amount of calculations and also just know that I'm running a row all the way through. We could do that another time. Right now, let's just get it drawing. So, I starts out at 0. 0 divided by thing is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be a floating point number. Level width should be a floating point number. So, if you say like 1.0... 1.0 divided by, you know, that's probably why, 12.0. I need to floor it, basically. Does that work? Yeah, so I need to floor that. I feel like I run into this problem all the time. Guile, floor, arithmetic, floor. Okay, floor X. This is probably the issue. There it is. Okay, so at least the tile positions are rendering correctly. The locations where we should be rendering is correct, but the tile that we're selecting is wrong based on the data we started with. So what we need to do is just fix the calculation of the tile sheet position. This may also be a similar issue. Current tile, vector ref, these are all integers. Level, data, level. Okay, so we got an integer for current tile. I could write that out, but it's gonna be too noisy. So tile size times modulo of current tile over the tile sheet width. Current tile is an integer representing an index into the array of tiles, the vector of tiles. Ooh, is that right? Well, it's an index into the sheet, let's say. Tile sheet width. That should probably be an integer. I don't know, does that work in Guile? In general? Guile, oops, run Guile. Whatever. Modulo 112 is 1. Okay, so it does work with exact numbers. What if I do modulo of 1 and 12 .0? 1.0. So current tile is an integer. Tile sheet width. Let's go back to game.sem. Tile width. Oh, okay. Those are integers also. So that should be right. Width and height. And this is based on the information that was given in the assets, images, tile sheet.txt. It's 49 horizontally, 22 vertically. So back in level, modulo of current tile over tile sheet width will give us the X, and then times tile size, which will tell us the starting position in the tile sheet image. Then dividing current tile divided by tile sheet height. So let's do the same thing. We're gonna say 1 divided by 12 without the floor. I don't think that's gonna divide correctly though. So that's probably it. We're getting the wrong value here because of the calculation. So current tile, if we turn it to inexact, or let's say multiply it by 1.0, so that we can get a floating point number. Is that right? Hold on. I think I'm missing an important step here. So current tile divided by tile sheet height. No, width. That was the problem. Width. Think it'll work? Maybe? Oh, no. I don't know why it's black. That's not encouraging. Let me see. Guile REPL. 1 divided by 12. Okay. Oh, interesting. So 1 divided by 12 is, oh no, not there. What about 14 divided by 12? That's 7 over 6. I need to give me, where is it? Remainder. Return the quotient or remainder from n divided by d. The quotient is rounded towards 0. Okay. So quotient. I think I want the quotient, right? Yeah, quotient. Is that ported, I wonder? Oh. Yeah, current tile divided by tile sheet width. Yes. Oops, wrong place. Hey, there it is. Okay. So that's probably as much as we can get done in one stream. So what we accomplished today is to get the basic project structure for a Guile Hoot game working, loaded a tile map image, created a map using the TileEd editor, wrote a custom exporter to export the tile map data to a scheme module file so that I can just basically have it load up as code. And then write a procedure that can render out the map that we loaded in. And as you can see, it's exactly the same as what was in the map editor. So I'd say it's pretty good for the first day. What we would do tomorrow, maybe start putting in characters in the map. You know, a couple little characters somewhere in here, plus the hero character. I don't know what, you know, we have quite a few options here for characters. Dave says that custom export rocks. Yeah, well, it does the job. It's good enough for now. I think that probably we'll want to have extra information like layers and stuff at some point, but at least for now, it's good enough just to get the basic stuff in. I do think that we will eventually want to have scrolling here, but I guess the problem is if you have multiple characters that you could possibly play that you need to write scripts for, then you need to see all of them at the same time. So I don't know what the logic would be there. Would the camera follow the hero, or would it follow the selected character, or what would it follow? I don't know. We'll have to think about that. But at least we have something rendering for now, which I'm pretty happy about. It looks good too. I think the scaling is good. Alejandro says, could it be done? I don't know. Could what be done? Dave says, I was coupling TMX to Scheme last time. Oh, really? You actually, compiling TMX to Scheme last time. Interesting. Let's see. So yeah, we'll get some characters on the screen, and then we might flip over to thinking about how to implement an editor. So we'll need some way to have a basic text editor over to the side here that can show us the code for a given character when it's selected. And this is going to be very simple code. We're not going to do anything super elaborate, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. If nothing else, we'll just make a simple dungeon crawler and call it a day. But I want to take it to the next level. We'll see. So, editor or REPL? Well, it will be more of an editor. I don't know. We could probably have a REPL too, but this is not going to be a full scheme language that would be interpreted. It's going to be kind of like a mini language, potentially, that is scheme-like. It's not going to be the full thing. So having a REPL could be interesting, but we'll have to see what that means in the context of the language that we're going to use, which is based on Scheme, but not exactly Scheme. All right. I feel pretty good about that. Let me actually check in what we've done so far. Let me get this where I can see everything. I think I could delete that part too. Just clean it up a little bit. Get rid of that. And save our conversion code as well. We need to save our modules. We need to save our level assets. We're going to get rid of this file because we don't need that anymore. We'll get rid of that file too. We need the TMX file. I don't know if we need these things. What's all in there? I don't know if we want to save that session file. We definitely want the project file. So maybe I won't check in the session. This has some data in it. That's not too bad. That's pretty small, actually. And yeah, we got the export script. We've already staged that. Let's unstage the session. We also need to update the make file. We can pull in the tile tile map file as well. Okay. So what is it? Custom map export and level rendering code. We'll call that level export. Now I'll just push it up to the repo and it will be there so you can check it out. Did I actually type my passphrase correctly? Did it do it? What's happening? Oh, it's still like pushing. Can't be that big. Come on. There we go. Now it's done. Should be up on the site. You can go to the repo for this, which is codeberg.org/davidwheel/lambda-dungeon, and all that stuff is there. So you can check that out if you want to. All right, folks. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. Not sure. It just depends on how the day goes. Got family stuff going on the weekend, so sometimes we don't have perfect time for everything. But I think we'll make a lot more progress, and maybe we'll start off the week, having time to start working on the editor and some other really interesting stuff. So we'll give it a shot. But until next time, hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you. Happy hacking.